Hello, my beautiful humans. Welcome to another practice and welcome to my makeshift studio space, aka my bedroom, which is currently what I'm having to use because the neighbors are furiously banging away outside, which is very audible in my studio space. So we just got to work with what we got, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you have not already subscribed, please consider doing so. If you're new here, I post new yoga flows here on YouTube every week, and it would be so nice to have you part of the community and to support me. It's really the best way you can support me. Okay, enough talking. Let's get started. Today, we will begin in a child's pose. So you can nice and slowly sit back, melt your bum towards your heels as you slowly walk the fingers out in front of you. Relax the elbows and your forehead to the ground. We won't be here for too long, just taking a moment to ground and let the energy settle. So let's close down the eyes, start to loosen the shoulders, the upper back, the arms, the neck, the face, the eyes. Landing here with a nice slow breath, closing the mouth, breathe slowly in through the nose and let the ribcage expand as that breath expands into the top of the lungs. And then open the mouth and softly let it go. With that out breath, I invite you to consider what kind of energy you would like to step into today. What kind of energy you'd like to embody and really feel into on a physical and energetic level. Our emotions and feelings are, after all, an embodied experience. So we can use this embodiment practice, connecting to yourself through breath and conscious movement, to step into that which you want to be. And then on your next round of breath, you can gently lift the gaze, looking forwards, tuck the toes under, and thread the heart right through in between the gates of the shoulders, cow pose. Exhale around the spine, contract fully, push into the paddings of your hands. Moving slow here, really feeling into the texture of your breath as it weaves in and through your body. Exhale, round, curl inwards to self. And we go again, lift the hips, expand the heart space. Exhale, round the spine. Connect the breath to the movement. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest forwards. Exhale, contract fully. With that out breath, send your hips back towards your heels, keep the toes tucked, reach the fingers as far out in front of you as you can, spread into the fingers a lot, and then sip the air in, round the spine, cat spine. We melt the hips all the way forwards and down, push into the hands energetically and reach through your chest, opening up abdomen, front line of body and spine. The hips guide the movement. We take it all the way back, same position, active child's pose. And then it's a slow, continuous ripple, reaching through the heart space, firming into the bum and opening yourself up. Exhale, gliding hips to heels, child's pose. And again, inhale, round forwards, push into the hands, reaching through sternum, hold. Breathe into the chest. And then exhale, melt your body all the way to the mat. Bring the fingers to the sides, bend into the elbows generously, and then we lift the chest and push the hips into the ground. It's a slow ripple to the ground as you soften heart space to earth. And then we continue just like that. Move with awareness, conscious control. Inhale. Exhale, soften down. Let's go for one more round. Push the tops of the feet into the earth as you lift your heart up, and then exhale, ripple to the floor. Stretch your fingers behind you, find locust pose, Savasana. We lift the knees off the earth and then begin to engage all of the muscles in your legs, so really fire things up, but continue to breathe, just finding a steadiness in the breath, in the energy as a whole. We hold for another round of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Soften to the ground, hands beneath shoulders, child's pose with the toes tucked, firm into the toes and the balls of your feet, stretching into fingers. We glide the body forwards into a high plank pose now. Pull the navel into the spine and breathe into your whole body. We hold here in our plank, and then we start to rock forwards and backwards, finding some space here through the wrists and some activity in the arms, the core. We rock here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. Chaturanga Dandasana slowly. Upward facing or cobra. Thread the heart right through. And then flip over the feet as you guide your bottom back into your downward facing dog. Let's begin to walk it out here. Bend into one leg at a time, find some space. You're welcome to close your eyes as you feel into the hamstrings, calves, spine, and shoulders. On your next in-breath, you can step or walk to the front of your space. We all meet in a forward fold here at the top of our space. Take a loose bend into the knees, grab onto the wrists, interlacing hands, and start to circle the wrists out in one direction. Just to make sure that we're nice and warm through the wrists, change directions of the circles. And then gently release that. Keeping the knees bent, start to roll all the way up. High mountain pose on the in-breath, stretching long. On the out-breath, cactus the arms, bend into the knees. Exhale, fold forwards on the out-breath, melt to the floor. Take a slow breath in, halfway lift. On the out-breath, take it back into a plank position. And then we find a slow, conscious flow, chaturanga, upward facing dog, reaching through the heart. And segmenting the spine back, reaching the tailbone back into your downward facing. On that in-breath, lift the heels, crouching dog this time, bend the knees a lot. You can step, float, or jump to the front, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. High mountain pose, rise up, radiate through the fingertips, energize the legs, and then open the heart, cactus. Exhale, bow to Mother Earth, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. On the out breath, you can take it back into your plank pose, moving through your vinyasa, chaturanga, to your upward facing, and then find your downward facing dog. Last round, lift the heels, find your crouching, pull the belly to the spine, and then make your way through to your halfway lift. Exhale, melt the body forwards. High mountain pose, pushing energetically into your feet, reach through your arms. Open the heart and bend your knees, fully extending the spine. Exhale to fold forwards. Finding that slow rhythm, move with breath, halfway lift. Exhale, plank pose, chaturanga, dandasana. Finding that rhythm, that play, upward facing dog, downward facing dog on the out breath. Okay, beautiful work, guys. Begin to lift your heels off the earth now, and then hover the knees beneath the hips, quadruped shape, walk the wrists back a little bit so that they're in line with your shoulders here. And then we're looking for a nice neutral straight spine. We hold for 5, 4, 3, keep smiling, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Roll the hips back, downward facing dog. Okay, we're gonna do that again, firing up the whole body, quads, core, and arms. Hover the knees, hold for 5, 4, don't hate me, 3, 2, and 1. Nice, take the hips back. Walk the hands forwards, find your shape, find your dog. And then you'll stretch your right toes into the sky, find your three-legged dog. On the out breath, pull the knee to the chest, round through the spine. Three-legged dog, we take the leg back. High crescent lunge. Now land the foot in between your hands and stretch your fingers nice and tall, radiating through the fingertips. You can bend into the back knee, find a sense of rootedness through your shape. On the out breath, we take a wide-legged fold prasarita, bow in between your legs. Straight away, we swivel to the back of our space. High crescent lunge, we bend into the left knee a lot. Both legs bent here. Stretching through arms, breathe in. Exhale, lower the hands to the ground, downward facing dog, left foot meets the right. And then we lift the heels off the floor, ripple the body forwards, plank pose. Find your flow, chaturanga. Open up the heart in your upward facing, downward facing, take the bottom back. Inhale, stretching right toes back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest. Three-legged dog, radiating through the toes, take it back. High lunge once again, we slowly land forwards. We energize the frame, finding soft focus, not rushing. Wide-legged fold to the left side, now spinning into your prasarita padottanasana. We travel all the way to the front of the space, facing the left leg, arms stretched tall. Lift out of the waistband and breathe in. Exhale, lower the hands to the ground. Downward facing dog, left foot meets the right. Right away, we lift the heels, ripple the body forwards. Chaturanga, bend the elbows. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog on the out breath. Beautiful, guys. All right. Taking it to the other side, stretch your left toes into the sky. Knee rounds into chest. Lift the right heel off the earth. Three-legged dog, we reach back into the foot. High lunge, land in between the hands. See if you can find a steadiness to the breath, breathing in and out through the nose. Take your wide-legged fold to the side of your space. And then we travel all the way to the back, facing the right leg. Arms grow tall. Pull the frontal rib cage in towards the body. And breathe. Lower the hands to the ground. Downward facing dog, right foot meets the left foot. Push into the hands firmly and then lift the heels, ripple through plank pose. Chaturanga Danasana. Upward facing dog, trust the body, trust the movement. Roll the hips back, down dog. Left toe sweep high, three-legged dog. Knee to nose, hollow out through the armpits. Three-legged dog, reaching it back again. High lunge, we take it forwards. Steady through the transitions and steady as we refine the shape. Where can you bring a little bit more awareness to your body in space? Take a wide-legged fold, side of your mat. Travel to the front of your space. High crescent lunge, facing the right foot. Grow tall, feel the energy in the lower body. Lower the hands to the ground, downward facing dog, take it back. Optional flow, lifting heels, ripple through, bend the elbows, engage the biceps, lift through the heart, and then take your hips back in your downward facing dog. Okay, hopefully we're feeling a little bit warmer now. Okay, we're gonna get into our flow. So, stretch your right toes into the sky, find your three-legged dog. Hug your knee into your chest. Three-legged dog, we reach it all the way back. Exhale, high lunge. Land forwards, stretch the arms tall. Push into both feet a lot here. And then nice and slow, we'll start to shift onto the right foot. Find a flying warrior, take flight. Keep radiating through the back toes and keep your chest nice and open. We begin to pivot into a one-legged mountain pose. Pull the left knee into the heart space. You can guide the hands to the heart as well. Nice and open through your left toes. We hold. Crisscross fold, left foot crosses outside of the right foot and then bow over both legs. You're welcome to micro bend your knees a little bit here. Take a moment. Breathe and connect. Slowly begin to peel yourself all the way up to standing. Stretch your fingers long on the in-breath. And then catch your right wrist with your left hand and lean over towards the left side. So you're continuing to plug into both feet. Beautiful side body opening here. Nice and slowly let go of your wrist. Guide your hands to your heart space. Listen carefully. Sweep your right toes back in a flying warrior. You're on your left leg. Radiate through the back toes. Keep the heart open. And then land the foot down, high crescent lunge. Reach up through the arms. Take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, wide-legged fold, Prasarita, just as we were doing before. We travel to the back of our space, high crescent lunge, facing the back. Arms soar upwards, press into the right heel. Lower the hands to the ground. Downward facing dog, right foot meets the left foot. Lift through the heels, feel the stretch through the soles of the feet, plank pose. Chaturanga, cruise through your vinyasa. We meet in our downward facing dog. All right, lovely work. Stretch the right toes back, three-legged dog. Squeeze the knee into the nose, round in. Three-legged dog, take it back. High lunge, take it forwards. Reach through your fingertips. Drop the edge of the left foot down, wide-legged fold to the floor, melt in between your legs. We travel to the front of our space, high crescent lunge, stretch the arms tall, pull the tailbone in, and hold, finding a steadiness in the breath, in the energy. Okay, listening carefully. Drop the right knee down to the floor. Take a twist. Left fingers back, right fingers forwards. Keep smiling as you reach through your arms. And then nice and slow, you'll twist to the other side. So right fingers back and left arm forwards. Twist for last time to the left. Left fingers back, right fingers forwards. Okay, now firm into the bum, gather in your core, and nice and slowly tip back. You might drop the left hand towards the heel or just in the direction of the heel as you stretch your right arm up and over, finding rotation and a beautiful lateral opening. Hold here for another moment. Finding some more space. Okay, nice guys. Keeping the core engaged, we come back into our twist. I'm gonna give you two options. You're welcome to stay here. If you're feeling for something a bit more spicy, you're gonna lift your back knee off the floor, and then you can shift forwards in your twisted moon situation. So you can have your right fingers on the ground or on a block if you have one. You can also play with lifting the fingers. I want you to try to keep the back leg nice and engaged. Another variation, this is optional, maybe catching a bind, left hand meeting the back foot, and maybe kicking into a bind if you're there. All of this is optional. Find a sense of play in the moment and in the movement. One more breath. Okay, nice and slowly let go of your foot wherever you are. Both feet land to the floor. Oof, what a transition. Exhale, fold forwards. You can feel that in your quads. Inhale, lift the chest, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. High mountain pose on the in-breath. Radiate through the fingertips, lift out of the waistband. Open the chest, bend the knees. Exhale, waterfall down to the earth, fold. And then lift your chest halfway. Exhale, plank pose, palakasana. We step it back. And then we cruise through our vinyasa. Lift the chest, upward facing. Downward facing dog, take it back. And then we take 3 grounded breaths here. Continuing to find that nice steady connection, rhythmic sensation of the breath. As the breath grounds you and allows you to open up into spaces that are maybe unfamiliar or new. On your next in-breath, stretch your left toes back, 3-legged dog. Hug the knee into the chest, lifting the right heel off the earth. And then stretch the toes back again, 3-legged dog. High crescent lunge, land in between the hands. Stretch the arms tall, breathe in, soft focus with a bit of playfulness. Take it forwards into your flying warrior of your choice. Open the heart space. Let's keep the back toes pointed. Hug the right knee in towards the body. One-legged mountain pose. Open up the right toes. Firm into all four corners of your left foot first. And then cross the right foot over the left. Crisscross fold. We melt over both thighs. And then we take a fold here as we open up the hamstrings and the lateral lines of the legs, your IT band. On that out breath, begin to peel your body back up, segmenting the spine all the way up to standing. Stretch the fingers long. Right hand catches onto the left wrist, and we lean over to the right side this time. Driving into both feet, taking a breath into the left side rib cage. Nice and slow, make your way back up to center. Let go of your wrist, guide the hands together at the heart, and sweep your left toes back in a flying warrior. As always with your flying warriors, you're welcome to bend into the bottom leg as much as you need for a bit more control and stability. Drop the toes to the ground, high crescent lunge. We take a breath in. Exhale, wide-legged fold, side of your space, hips nice and high as we melt down. And then we travel to the back of our space, high crescent, facing the left leg. Inhale, arms stretch long. Exhale, lower the hands to the ground, downward facing dog, step it back. And then lift the heels off the floor, ripple through, Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog, downward facing, we melt the bottom back. Stretch your left toes into the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Three-legged dog, stretching your back. Land forwards, high lunge. Arms stretch long. Feel the energy in the lower body. Exhale, take your wide-legged fold. Not lingering here for too long, it's just a transition that guides us to the front of our space in our high lunge. Arms stretch long. Breathe in. And then nice and slow, breathe out. Drop the left knee down to the ground. Okay, now firm into the front leg. Take your twist slowly. Stretch the right arm behind you. Twist in the opposite direction. The legs stay as they are. And then we twist for last time to the right. Okay, you are welcome to stay. If you played with that tip back, you're welcome to go there. So firming around the glutes, pulling navel in and maybe tipping back, guiding the right hand to the left heel. And continuing to reach this left arm up, finding that space. Reach and breathe. Okay, nice and slow, with the help of your core to stabilize, make your way back up into your twist, driving firmly into the right foot now. Start by lifting the back knee. If you're going here with me, shift onto the right leg and find your twisted moon. Reaching right fingers to sky. If you caught a bind here on the other side, you're welcome to reach for your left foot with the right hand. I like to keep my right leg bent when I'm going for this variation. Just allows it to feel a little bit more accessible. So, okay, nice and slowly, we're gonna let this foot go. Wherever we are, both feet meet the mat as we make our way into a forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Slowly, keeping the chin tucked into the chest, begin to roll up to standing. Take your time, no need to rush. Arms stretch long on the in-breath, high mountain pose. On the out-breath, take a slow bend into the knees, lift the heart as you cactus the arms. Enjoy and linger for a while, for a moment. And then on your exhale, wash the torso over your thigh bones, finding a fold. Lower the hands down to the floor in front of you, spreading into fingers. Have your big toes connected here. Let's lift the heels off the floor. Come into crow pose. If that's in your practice, you're welcome to go there now. Driving the knees to your triceps. Squeeze everything in, maybe lifting one foot, maybe lifting the other. If you have the feet lifted, continue to squeeze the heels towards the bum as much as you can. Push away from the ground, reaching through chest. Okay, we're gonna hold here for 5 breaths, if that's available to you. Just doing what you can in this moment, holding for another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful work, guys. Wherever you are, without judgment, land your feet down. We meet in a passive squat malasana. Draw the hands together at the heart. Playing a little bit here before we start to relax. Reach your left hand behind you, firm into your bum and press into the feet as you lift. Stretch your right arm all the way up and over. Really firing up the glutes to find a moment of expansion across the front of the body. We take 1 more breath here. And then slowly land your hips back down, malasana. Hands to heart space for 1 breath. And then exhale, twisting and leaning over to the right side. Stretching left arm long, firming into glutes, pushing into feet, and finding a moment of spaciousness and expansion. Nice and slowly, mindfully getting out of it, bending into your knees and lowering your hips all the way down to the ground. Nice work, guys. Feel the feet root you into the floor and then stretch your fingers long. We roll down using our abdominal strength to peel ourselves all the way to the ground. Beautiful. Once you're down, stretch your legs nice and long into the sky. Start to circle out the wrists and the ankles. Moving in one direction. And then changing the directions of the circles. Cross your right leg over your left leg now, bending into the knees. We slowly take the knees over to the left side and melt your right shoulder down to the earth. Soften into the upper body and take a couple of moments here in your twist. If this feels uncomfortable or you're getting any feedback in the lower back, you can uncross your legs and just find a more gentle twist by stacking the thighs. Start guiding the legs back to your midpoint. Uncross your legs and change the cross of your legs, finding what you had on the first side. Flop the legs over to the right. You can place your right hand to the left knee as you gently melt your left shoulder down. Just observing the warmth that you've created through that dynamic, strong practice. Maybe a little bit of heat. Maybe you start to feel some shifts internally. On your next out breath, you can gently guide both legs back into center and uncross the legs. We give everything a little hug and a squeeze. Wrap your hands around your feet, your shin bones. Please take a full breath in. And then exhale. Let it all go. Find Savasana corpse pose. Take up space here. I invite you to stretch your legs out as far out to the sides as feels good. Palms face the sky. If you've come this far, I invite you to stay for these next 2 minutes or so to marinate in your practice and really let your nervous system down-regulate as you drop in. Eyes stay closed. Feel the full weight of your body sink down into the floor. Bring your awareness to the space in between your eyebrows, your third eye, your higher consciousness. And before you move anything, see if you can visualize your body right now in the space that you're in from a third person perspective, and seeing the magic of who you are, your energy. And then very slowly, when you feel ready, you can invite some more movement into the extremities, your toes, fingers, ankles, and wrists. Pull the knees gently into the chest. Cross your right foot over your left foot. Hook your feet. And slowly rock yourself up into a seated position. Finding a comfortable seat. You can sit up nice and tall. And let's bring the hands into the heart space and just drop the awareness here into the heart before we close, just to seal in the practice with a nice conscious breath together. We breathe in through the nose, and then we open the mouth and we let go. Let go of control and really of any thoughts that aren't serving you at the moment. This is your permission slip to let those go. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed that practice. Please let me know how you went in the comments below. I would love to hear any feedback or just how you went in general, how you found the practice, how you moved through it. Let me know, and also let me know where you guys are from. I love how this community is growing in so many different ways. So pop a little comment down below of what country you come from. I would love to hear. And if you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. I post new flows here on YouTube every week, as I did mention. And yeah, it's really the best way that you can support me so that I can reach more people and continue to put all this free content on here. Okay, I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you soon.